what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the things that I learned. I'm going to talk about what going through this course will teach you. I'm going to talk to you about if it's worth the money that you spend on it. I'm going to talk about, will you feel certain about yourself after going through this course? Will you be able to actually affect change in other people? And then I'm going to talk a little bit about how they teach. So all of these things are going to come together for you, and you'll have a much better understanding on whether or not moving forward with Health Coach Institute is right for you. So here I was, my business was failing, it was falling apart. I wasn't passionate about it. And I knew that if I stayed on this trajectory, the one that I was on, I would lose everything. My wife told me, follow your heart. Do what you're passionate about. And so I started doing some research and I found health coaching as an option. Health Coach Institute popped up in that. And I knew that if I took a course, something this in depth, I would have the foundation, the understanding of how to launch a coaching practice that would eventually help other people. I would be living out my dream of serving other people and doing it in a way that actually affected change in their lives, not just superficial stuff. My grandfather had been sick about 4 or 5 years prior, and I had dove really deep into nutrition and how to heal a body, and we eventually, through using certain therapies that are available, we were able to eliminate the cancer in his body in about 3 months using non-pharmacological methods. And that really inspired me that the body can heal itself. Like, all of us are moving towards health and wellness if we give our bodies what they need. And so it's only a matter of, one, believing that we can actually do it, so that we seek the answers and we take action on implementing them. That's one of the biggest hurdles. And so I figured that if that's something that I could help other people do, I could help them find that fitness and that wellness. And I think that on a certain level, I signed up for this course because I was trying to heal myself. I was dealing with my own health issues, my own struggles, and I thought that if I could learn how to help others find health and wellness, I could help myself find health and wellness. And that's what I think really, between those two things, that's what really drove me to sign up for Health Coach Institute. So the course that I signed up for was the Become a Health Coach at Health Coach Institute. And it's their foundational program, or it was their foundational program at the time, where you jump in and they teach you basically how to launch a successful health coaching business. And so right now your first question might be, what is it going to teach me? In this program, they have what they describe as the 4 pillars. And each pillar is a section of their program as you go through the 6-month course. The very first pillar is the nutritional information. It's the basic understanding of the shifts, the basic shifts that people can take to find health and wellness in their life. And they don't really narrow in on any one specific diet or methodology as being the right one, because according to them, our diets and the way that we eat are as unique as our fingerprints. So there is no right diet for everyone. Everyone needs a unique diet, and I believe that that's probably true. So as far as the nutritional understanding, you get a basic understanding of how all of those diets out there work, and then you get a real quick overview and an understanding of what makes those diets, and there's tons of them out there. You get a basic understanding of what makes them up and how you can quickly look at one and understand the foundational principles behind it. The second pillar is transformational coaching skills, and this is what really lit me up about this course. I was excited about learning how to talk to people and work with people and give them the tools and the resources to where they were inspired and motivated to move forward and make these changes in their lives. And they definitely this course definitely offers the basic understandings of how to present things to people so that it creates that fire, that furnace inside to make the outside changes. So the third pillar of Health Coach Institute is personal growth. And this is the part where they give you a lot of the tools and things where you work on yourself so that you can learn more about yourself and help yourself overcome things where you may be struggling. And then you can take everything that you learn from this and you can use it to help other people, because it's extremely helpful to go through and experience the things that you're going to teach. The fourth pillar is the business marketing strategies. So this is where they really get into how to build a health coaching business. Health coaching still is not like, it's not your typical entrepreneurial journey. So it's something where getting guidance in this can really cut down the learning curve and can make your transition from whatever you're doing now into health coaching a much easier process. I really appreciated the fourth pillar. So the next question you may be asking is, will I be able to help people? And I think that this is a really open-ended question because one, it depends on where are you right now? Are you already working in a field where you're dealing with people and you're helping people make transitions? If you are, going through this course will only add to your knowledge. You already have the basic fundamental skills, so that's an easy one for you. But for somebody who's coming from a completely different field of work, you may be experiencing some doubt about yourself. The neat thing about this course is that you cannot graduate if you don't work with other people. This course is jam-packed with working with other people to find health. And they really lay out guidelines and tools in order to take people through this to find health. And I think that that's something that's really valuable, because getting the courage to put yourself out there without somebody kind of nudging you behind you is pretty difficult. So the next one is, will you feel certain about yourself after graduating this course? Well, you're gonna feel certain that you have the structure you need to start a coaching business. I think that you're gonna feel relatively certain that you have some of the tools needed in order to help people. The real certainty, though, isn't gonna come from anything outside, it's gonna come from within. And you're not gonna feel certain about yourself until you actually take the steps and go out there and work with people. It's just like, let's say that you've never rode a unicycle. Well, climbing onto a unicycle for the first time, you are not gonna feel certain about it. Even if you read a book and you got to spend 3 weeks with the best unicycle rider in the world, you're still not gonna feel certain the first time you climb on that unicycle, because it's new. And you need to learn how to balance. And it's the same thing with health coaching. So the certainty will come from your drive, and it'll come from your experience. So you will feel certain that you have the things in place needed to become a health coach. As long as you already have that inner drive and desire to serve people, I think that you could walk away from this and move in the direction of gaining certainty and clarity in what you're doing. The next question that you may be asking is, well, how do they teach? And what I can say is that the way that they teach is it's all online. You watch a lot of videos, you take some notes. They really keep it fun in how they deliver the information to you, and it's in easy, digestible chunks where you get to follow, see your progress, you get to see yourself moving forward, and they keep track of all that on a really neat system online. The next thing is that, so you're learning through videos and you're learning through reading this stuff, but the next thing is that, like I said, you can't move through this course unless you're working with other people. And that's one of the most fantastic ways that we learn, is by experience. That is how the human being learns. And so they give you the experience of working with different people and taking your health coaching from thought into actual application. And so that's what really helps serve you as a student after you leave the Health Coach Institute in the real world. Now you know that you have already worked with people. Okay, So now we're gonna dive into my experience, my personal feelings, and my thoughts. So what I really liked about this course, like I've already said, is that you work with actual people. The other things that I liked is that the information that they deliver about the business strategies. I thought that that was really neat, about building a business, implementing it, the do's, the don'ts, the pitfalls, the typical mistakes that new health coaches make when they're trying to launch a business. So where to direct your focus. I think that stuff was great. What did I not like? Well, the nutritional information was lacking. I felt like I walked away from that like I just read through a whole bunch of stuff and I didn't really walk away with anything useful. The other thing is that as far as the transformational coaching skills, they basically just tell you what to say. They don't give you the background information of why it works, where that information came from. And I feel like when I walked away from that, while I had grown personally going through this course, it didn't give me everything that I wanted. And that could just be a personal thing because I have a very inquisitive nature. I want to know how it works. I don't want to just see something working. I want to know how it works. I want to understand it so that when I use it, I know exactly what I'm doing and I know why it's going to work or how it's going to work. Or if it's not working, I know how to tweak it and use it. You get the idea. So I felt like everything in there, from the nutrition and the transformational coaching skills, I felt like that was all pretty kind of a superficial glaze over. And like they say, this is the become a health coach. This isn't the master health coaching course, which coincidentally they offer at the end of there, which is a very significant investment. So my feelings after the course were, I felt like I could have invested that amount of money into other programs and walked away with much more for myself, for my knowledge, and for my ability to help other people. Just like my NLP coaching course that I just went through, it was half that cost. And I feel like I walked away with twice as much than I did from the coaching program. So the Health Coach Institute was my first step. And I don't know if I would be where I am today without going through Health Coach Institute. So it may just be that, you know, money is extremely valuable to me. If I'm gonna spend it, I really wanna know that I got my value's worth. Maybe I did, but I guess I was just a little let down that I went through that and I spent that much money on the program. My overall feelings, drumroll, would I recommend this to a family member or a friend? I would give them all the information that I just gave you, and I would say, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? How do you want to serve people? And then I would say, is this course going to meet those things? For me, starting over again, I think that I would look more into how to work with people's minds, how to inspire, how to motivate, how to help people move through difficult situations. And then maybe I would dive into the business side of health coaching, how to actually practice and start a business. But I can't give you guidance as far as what the best move is for you. So what I would recommend is look around, make sure that this is the course for you. And the last thing is that you need to jive with the instructors. If the instructors annoy you or bother you for some reason, that's going to severely that's going to severely dampen the amount of enthusiasm you have about learning the information and how much you're going to retain. If you appreciated this video or this review, please subscribe. My channel is all about discovering your greatness so that you can pass that greatness along to other people. So everything I bring to you on this channel is going to help elevate you. It's going to elevate you to the level where you can help elevate others. So keep going, keep growing, elevate for life.